his upper leg shaking.
Mm-hmm. I think what was playing out was the internal conflict between letting it just happen and the need to control it.
J'ai l'impression que ce qui se passait, c'est qu'il y avait une espèce de conflit entre simplement laisser les choses se passer et le besoin de les contrôler.
When you did it in self-hypnosis, you were in control because you made the request.
Quand tu as fait cette lévitation en auto-hypnose, tu contrôlais les choses parce que c'est toi qui avais fait la demande.
But it has been said that all hypnosis ultimately is self-hypnosis.
Il a été dit que toute hypnose finalement est de l'auto-hypnose.
Because the hypnotist doesn't really control you.
Parce que l'hypnotiseur ne te contrôle pas vraiment.
The hypnotist is a catalyst for your abilities.
L'hypnotiseur, c'est un catalyseur pour tes capacités à toi.
It's still, see, if you couldn't go into trance, there's nothing the hypnotist could do to make you go into trance.
Si tu ne pouvais pas aller en transe, il n'y a absolument rien que l'hypnotiseur puisse faire pour te faire aller en transe.
So ultimately, you are in control.
Donc finalement, tu as le contrôle.
Because it's your skills and abilities that are being called upon.
Parce que ce sont tes compétences et tes capacités auxquelles on fait appel.
But it didn't feel that way.
Mais tu n'as pas ressenti les choses comme
Because
ça.
the request came from out here as opposed to from directly inside of you.
Parce que la demande, elle est venue de ma part, de la part de Steven, plutôt que de toi, intérieurement.
So the shaking, I think, was a physical manifestation of that conflict.
Donc je pense que le tremblement, c'était une manifestation physique de ce conflit.
And, you know, maybe if you choose, the next time you're in trance as a subject of somebody else,
peut-être la prochaine fois que tu seras en transe et que tu seras le sujet dans un exercice,
you know, you could even start right at the beginning saying, in your own mind, I give permission for this to happen.
Tu peux te dire intérieurement, je donne la permission pour que ce processus se produise.
And I'll do only what's appropriate for me.
Et je ferai uniquement ce qui est approprié pour moi.
Would that be acceptable to you?
Est-ce que ça, ce serait quelque chose qui serait OK pour toi?
Yeah. And that way you can have a smoother experience.
De cette façon-là, tu pourras avoir une expérience plus fluide.
Okay.
Isabelle is talking about the three nice learning experiences.
Okay. So what Isabel would like to know is, what was your experience of the learning experiences? Did you experience it? If you did, how did you experience it?
Donc, on voudrait aussi savoir ce qui s'est passé pour vous au niveau des trois expériences d'apprentissage. Est-ce que vous avez vécu ces expériences ou pas, et quelles étaient ces expériences? Non, pas quelles étaient, je me suis trompée, je ne veux pas les décrire. So Mohammed says, yes, I had the first experience coming and the second, and the third came later. And I saw the pictures, I saw the experience, and I relived them.
Okay. So for Mohammed, he did have conscious awareness of the experiences, a reliving of them. And did you experience them as learning experiences?
Attends, je vais d'abord traduire. Donc pour toi, Mohamed, tu as revécu, et tu as consciemment revécu les trois expériences. Et est-ce que tu as vu l'apprentissage qu'il y a dans ces expériences? Yes, it was a very learning, because one of the experience was a sort of a failure, and the learning in this experience is how I managed to handle the situation.
Yeah, as we said in the very beginning of the training, every experience, whether it's positive, negative, or neutral, it contains a learning, and he's validating that.
Et au début de la formation, je dis que toute expérience contient un apprentissage. Et ici, Mohamed en donne l'exemple.
Oh, that's great.
Merci, c'est chouette.
Catherine?
So I had three experiences, three examples coming up, and my attention was more focused on one of them. And the learning was like something like, it's just enough for me just to put one step after the other, and it's okay, it's fine.
Great. So it validated something very nice for you in terms of just a style of learning.
Donc ça a validé quelque chose pour toi dans plutôt un style d'apprentissage.
Great. Gina?
So I saw three pictures. But I didn't really see the learnings. But now when I think back, the order of the three pictures I saw tells me about the process, I mean, in my life. So I'm coming, let's say, from there, and I'm stepping up, and today is yet another step in that process.
Yeah, clearly an example of learning. It's a process of learning.
Clairement, un exemple d'un processus d'apprentissage.
And, you know, as I had mentioned before, when we spoke about learning, about process instructions that are then experienced in trance, it's actually unusual that everybody remembered their experiences, but that's fine. Just want to remind you, there's more or less three possibilities. A, that you do remember them, you have conscious remembrance. B, that you may see them, but they sort of flash by and you don't really have the information, but the unconscious is processing it. And then the third way is sometimes you're totally unaware of any images, but the unconscious is still processing your request, just doing it purely on the unconscious level. So.
Donc, comme je l'avais déjà mentionné auparavant, à propos des instructions de processus, parfois les personnes s'en souviennent plus ou moins, et clairement il y a trois façons différentes pour les personnes de réagir. Soit la personne s'en souvient consciemment, soit la personne elle a des flashs et elle ne voit que ça, elle n'a que ça, alors que l'inconscient lui il continue à répondre aux instructions. Ou bien la dernière possibilité, c'est que la personne ne se souvienne de rien, et là aussi l'inconscient il répond aux instructions qu'on lui a données.
Well, thank you all very much.
Voilà, merci beaucoup à vous trois.
Please feel free to rejoin your colleagues.